Are you tired of flowers right now? I know that it's usually what we paint on this channel, but today I am going to give you 6 easy art journaling tips just to loosen up your watercolor florals. And while we're painting, we're going to be thinking about just different ways to relax as we do every single time. There's a little bit of mess here, but I am getting ready for my art retreat coming up in Scotland. And so today, as you're painting, we're doing some poppies. We're going to use some sketchbook paper. We're not using watercolor paper. I'm just trying to help you understand that you can do that. It's going to be okay. No matter what people tell you, you can use thin paper because it's going to take the stress off of everything that you're doing, because you have plenty of pages, and if you make a mistake, you just go on to the next page. So let's get to it. Today, as we spray down our palette, we have our art journal ready. This is an 8x5, and I'm wetting down my number 12 round brush, my all-time favorite big brush. Now, this paper is just sketchbook paper. It's not watercolor at all. It's my art journal. I'm starting to help you guys learn a little bit more, or maybe a lot more about art journaling, and it's in conjunction with painting your emotions and just having a good old time. So we're taking some space, we're slowing down, and we're just gonna grab whatever colors you want. I'm using orange here. Do that classic swoop left and right for that first large petal. And then I'm just gonna kind of swoop in here and there to create more petals. You can grab different colors too. And just enjoy putting those marks down. I like to add in other colors. So there's red here. It looks very similar to what I put down, but it is red. And then just dip in with whatever you have. Allowing those colors to mix and spread are really beautiful, and brings us to our first tip on how to loosen up your watercolor florals. Well, the tip would be to use a big brush. And that's why I'm using this today. You can choose which one you want to use, of course. You can have the round. Maybe you do this again. You do a different situation, maybe a square brush. Right now, I'm just grabbing some of my red color, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of a nice dark navy, and I'm adding that in to create a burgundy because I want to pop in some darkness in this beautiful floral. So as it's still wet, and it's not going to spread as much as it will with watercolor paper, but it's still fine. Look at this, adding in some darkness just to create some contrast with your petals. So you just place this wherever you want. I'm just playing with the paint. There's no right way and no wrong way to do this, but just notice what it feels like to start adding in the color. It's just moving around and spreading, and you know what? You don't have a lot of control when you paint like this. Dabbing in the center, seeing what that looks like too. And just taking some time to notice what it's like to paint today. And now, with your brush, you can clean it and dab it on your paper towel, and then I just like to start blending in some of those colors, because sometimes they bleed a little bit weird. You can pop in some other colors too. You can overwork this a bit. The paper's forgiving. I don't know, maybe yours might not be, but just play and see what comes out of it. And this is not precious paper. You've got a million pages in a sketchbook, right? Versus like a watercolor journal. And I'm liking how this is turning out. It's just kind of crazy looking, but I love it. Let's go on to the next one. So put another petal down. It's gonna be a side-facing flower. And then we'll add in just some little swooping petals to the right, to the left. And this is going to be just, multicolored as well. You can put in some pink. You can keep them all the same. Maybe you want to add in some blue flowers too. I chose some warm colors. Just pop in some darkness and see how it spreads. See what it does. The beautiful thing about art journaling is you're putting your attention into the painting and not so much about the things that might be stressing you out. So we're doing our third bloom here. And as we're doing that, I'm just grabbing random colors. So just don't think about it too much. Grab the colors. I'm using them pretty concentrated because if we use very runny paint here with this thin paper, it just doesn't show up as well. So I love to use more of that thicker buttery consistencies, kind of the medium or the, medium or the darker values. And you can see my hand is just going all over. Just kind of give some flair as I'm trying to add some flair to these flowers. We've got our 3 gorgeous blooms. And you know what? I've just labeled them as gorgeous, but maybe you don't feel the gorgeous at this point, but keep going. This is not the end of the painting. Don't give up too soon. Let's put in some buds. So just decide some oval shapes, different colors. Just grab the colors. Don't worry about using the specific colors that I'm using. Just grab the paint that really calls to you, that, feels like that's what you're feeling today. Little swoopy marks to create some flowers. These are not perfect shapes. And my second tip right now as we're talking is to start with the petals. We're using the side of the brush to create that rounded shape, but to really start with the petals, not the details, okay? So we've already started that, but it's still worth talking about. Why is that important? Sometimes people focus on like getting those tiny details right away. And I like to focus on the overall shape of the flower first and get those petals down or those buds. And then the details come later. Some people like to just do the details right away. But I say, don't worry about it. Just take your time. Don't forget to breathe. Beyond everything else, you might be holding your breath. And I don't encourage that, because that'll make you more stressed out. So don't do it. All right, so we've got our blue and we're just making a very simple vase. Just put in a U shape. Very simple. A simple U shape, adding in a little bit more blue wherever you want. So I'm doing these swoopy motions. We're gonna put a lot in this vase, but it's just to start adding it in. Just a real nice abstract-y kind of loose vase that will have stems, of course, later. So now we're turning to our greens. My greens are gonna be simple, easy. You can see I'm kind of pulling out some colors. I love to take my greens, which are really intense, and I like to add some brown. And just start kind of sweeping around from that little puddle and get some of those greens that have the brown. And we're just gonna go around with our number 8 round. We're just gonna put in some beautiful stems. So I like to keep them kind of moving. Sometimes they don't touch on the other side, they're just kind of floating, that's okay. But I like to put in stems that have a curve to them. I just find them to be more interesting that way. And look at how our painting is now coming together. So beautiful, so fun. Let's add some more green now for our stems. So I'm just doing some quick flick marks. Change up your greens if you like, but they don't have to be perfect. I just drew that one way too far down and I just, had to kind of sop it up with my finger. It's okay. So now we're just going to put in some greens. I like to go from the outside in, make these quick strokes. I find I get more of a natural look if I do the flick of the wrist. A little bit of splatter, so get some nice runny paint on your brush and just flick your brush so that you can splatter all over. I've got some green, quick marks. Don't overthink it, friends. The third thing is going to be paint faster than usual. Give yourself permission to make quick decisions, less overthinking, less judging. That's what I've been trying to show you right here as I'm grabbing some dark, and you know what? There's some fireworks in the background. It's just gonna be part of our mindfulness, being able to just metabolize the things that are around us. Fireworks mean a lot of things to people, but it's a lot of fun and togetherness. Adding in my dark center, see how I did that? Adding in my dark center, we have no perfectionism here on this channel. I like to dab my brush in sort of a circular shape, but I don't want it to be perfect, so I just dab in a circle versus painting a circle. So dabbing again, creating the centers. I always want to remind you, you can slow down the video. I know I paint fast, and it is part of the tips that I'm sharing today, but you can also pause the video if you feel you need to. So the fourth tip for today is to, you ready? Let colors mix on the paper. So a lot of wet on wet is important here. It helps you to stop over mixing on your palette or feeling like you have to make the perfect shade. Now you can see those blooms I've got here, and there's texture, and I don't even need to add in a second layer really to those petals. I love what's going on there, but I am going to the buds because I think they could use a little extra oomph. So we did some color mixing on the page, wet on wet, and that's why we have all these different shades going on in the blooms, especially the big one. So color mix on the paper and just see what happens. Just pop in different colors, that's what I mean, and let them just meld together. So my fifth tip here, as we're starting to run out of time and I'm putting in some extra darkness, is to hold your brush farther back. That will give you a lot of looseness. You can see I'm not holding it super, super tight at the front right by the brush. I'm just letting it kind of be easy. I usually hold a brush that is larger farther back than the smaller brushes, but that just gives you a naturally looser look, more expressive stroke. So less control equals more looseness in my mind. If it's wobbly, just know you're going to embrace that wobbly. That's just how it is. And the last thing, friends, just use more water. Wet flowing paint encourages organic edges. So embrace the texture like I have with that big bloom. If you're telling yourself that you don't like it and it's frustrating, remind yourself it's not. Embrace what is and love what is, because that's what is. If you fight against it, you just end up feeling mad. Adding in some darker green, more saturated, just for some oomph, and we are done, friends. Happy painting. I love you guys for being here. Happy mental health. All right, friends. Well, thank you for painting another painting with me. I wanted to remind you of several things. First of all, I do have Patreon linked below in case you're interested in exclusive content. I also want to remind you that I have a free class coming up, so linked below, you can find that information. We do send a replay out if you can't make it live. Even if you make it live, just so you can revisit or share with a friend. Lastly, I have a freebie linked below too, so check that out. My lovely ebook to let go of perfectionism in your art. Thanks for being here, friends. Happy painting.